see everybody here today in one room for this performance. Welcome to this event, sponsored by the Humanities Program, African Dance and Drum Traditions with Adama Dembele. Much thanks goes to Reed Chapman, Renuka Gassane, Corey Anderson, Carolyn Ryden, Chris Asbill, Kemp Thompson, Lisa Klippel, and Toby King, whose support and work are making this happen. And thanks again to the music department as well for use of this space. Before we begin, we want to take a moment to reflect on the land, life, and labor of Indigenous and Black communities in this country. We come from many places to be at UNCA Asheville, and we acknowledge with respect the ancestral homeland and Indigenous people who have been here since time immemorial. The land we are on today is the ancestral land of the Anikituagi, more commonly known as the Cherokee. To the Anikituagi, this land was known as Tokiadzi, where they race, and was part of the Cherokee Nation, Tsalagi Ayeli, which covered as many as 108,000 square miles of the American Southeast as late as 1730 and consisted of 60 or more towns. This act of recognition is not enough to overcome the settler colonial history that has attempted to eradicate Indigenous people from the history and consciousness of these lands. The Eastern Band of Cherokee and UNC Asheville seek to work together to ensure a strong relationship rooted in relevancy, responsibility, respect, and reciprocity. We also acknowledge that this country would not exist if not for the enslaved labor of Black people. We honor the legacy of the African diaspora and Black life, knowledge, and skills stolen by violence and white supremacy. Humanities explores these wounds. As we know, humanities is not just history. Humanities shows us how history, philosophy, arts, stories, and sciences from ancient times to today all weave together to give us our present shared reality. Humanities calls us to pay attention to stories and voices that persist, rooted in ancient traditions, reaching into the future. We are fortunate to witness this today in the music and art of Adama Dembele. Adama Dembele is a master djembe player from Côte d'Ivoire, West Africa. Born into a family of musicians of the Mandinka ethnic group, his family has been playing the djembe for 33 generations, and his native home was known as the house where the djembe is played, or djembeso. He has toured several continents and major cities all over the US with large acts such as Toubab Crew and Afromotive. As a leaf musician and tapas educator, he leads residencies, performances, and workshops in the Asheville area, teaching the sacred art of West African drumming and authentic rhythms from Ivory Coast, Mali, and Guinea. Currently, he leads a drum and dance ensemble at UNCA. His band Zanza, founded in 2011, combines traditional and modern styles from West Africa, celebrating African drum and dance in music venues all over Asheville. Let's give him a hand as we turn it over to him. Welcome.
Good morning, everybody. Before I start, I would say thank you so much for being here. Thank you for taking your time to come to listen to this culture and sharing. So, but before I start to talk about anything, the Jimmy would love to say good morning to you guys first before we start. Thank you. Okay, that was a good morning from the djembe. Now, I have some, and my culture, when you go to somewhere, like at a village, different village, every village have like a chief. The chief of a village, when you go to the village, you like, okay, I want to see the chief of village first. And when they introduce you to the chief of village, you talk to the chief of village, you introduce yourself, and now you can know about the village. So, which is me, when I came here in Asheville first, I came here and I was like, who's the drummer here? And it was a one guy who was already here. He was the drummer, and I was like, okay, so there's already a chief here. So I need to see that chief. So before I keep and say anything, I wanted to invite that chief, which is Imhotep Dolan. He's been in the West African drumming and dance community for a long time. He's originally from New Orleans. I want to invite Imhotep here. So give it up for Imhotep, please. And I also have another one, Justin Salad. He's one of my studio and one of my good friends here in Nashville. He's gonna join us too. Okay, now I'm gonna talk a little bit about myself because this thing we're gonna talk about today it's a lot of different story. It's my story, and it's a story of the drums, it's a story of the music, it's a story of the culture. So I don't even know where to start, but I'm gonna start with myself first. I was born in this country, it's called Ivory Coast. Okay, Ivory Coast. I was born in Ivory Coast, but I'm originally from Mali. So that's why I say it's gonna be a lot of different story because my ancestor culture coming from Mali, but I grew up in Ivory Coast. So in Ivory Coast, the area I grew up called Abubo, it's like a small town outside of Abidjan. Abidjan is the big city. And now Ivory Coast, just Ivory Coast, one little country, have like a 60 different ethnic group, 60, 60. And all these 60 different ethnic groups speak different language, they have a different culture, and they have a different dance, different instrument, everything is different. Okay, that's just one country in West Africa. And when you go Mali, you got a lot of different group ethnic. And when I say they speak different language and different, sometimes people say it's a dialect. When people say dialect, that is look like closer, but it's not. It's like a language for me because they sound very different. Okay, like for example, if you wanna say hi and Bambara, you will say Inisogoma. That's in Bambara, one language. And if you wanna say hi or good morning and Bete, that's like Ayuka. So it's very different. Inisogoma and Ayuka, way different. So now me growing up that culture, I start to learn a lot of different language and a lot of different things about these different ethnic group. But my base was in music, the djembe. So the djembe was at my house before I was even born. So since I was little, my brother and his sister was already musician, drummer, and dancer. And what they were doing, the drumming became my family like a family business because my family is a griot, and one part of my family is a griot. So those people, the way they were playing the drumming before, it was a communication. It was a lot of different things like that before. Okay, we're gonna get back to that. But in Ivory Coast, me growing up in Ivory Coast, so like a young boy, go to school and come back home, see my brothers play like a 2 years, 3 years old. You see your brother play, your sister, every time I wake up is just drumming. So sometimes when I'm 4 years old, when they need somebody to play like a shaker or something, they will call me. Okay, Adama, come sit down here. This is your part. So you start to play. You don't have a choice. Sometimes I don't want to because when you're young, you just want to go out to play and you want to do different things. But I needed to do music at that time because it was part of my life. I don't have a choice. Okay, so when I come from school, I have to sit down and find my brother with the play, and I come sit down with them and play shakere. They show me something to play. And after that, little by little, I start to be interested in the music. I was doing different things, but I started to be interested in the drumming. So age of 10, 12, I start to be like, oh, wow, this is interesting. So I start to play the different group ethnic and different group of music group in West Africa. And that was not enough for me. So I start to go to, like I said again, in Ivory Coast, all those different ethnic groups have like a different music. So I start to go to different group, like Yelimba was my first group, and Koteba was another group. All this name I'm gonna say, they like a big drum and dance group in West Africa. So they were playing and they saved the culture. there was a young people saving the culture, and start to be like, okay, we need to this, we need to show this to people this culture and this thing is value, because a lot of people was not thinking about like the drumming and stuff like that. What is it? What is it? What is it? Because it's in the city, but in the village, people know what is it. Okay, so now I start to play the Yelimba and the Koteba and a lot of different things. But before all of that, every year my family was taking me back home to, which is Mali, back to Mali to see my native family there. And when I was going to see my native family in Mali, that's where I start to be like to know more about what is the drum, because at Abidjan I play the drum. But in Mali, I learned what's the drum, where the drum come from. Because my uncle, every time when I go to Mali and I'm sitting with my uncle, he start to talk to me about drumming. Every 4 or 5 o'clock and 5 o'clock afternoon, he sit like under some tree, and he said that we all come and sit next to him. He start to tell us about the story of the drumming, where does it come from, where people playing now, stuff like that. So that's why I start to learn the drum now. So the djembe, when my uncle was telling me, now first, before he started talking to me about the djembe, when I go there, I see them all the time. When they say hi to somebody, they always say, Nyebila. When they say Nyebila, they always have like a hand and a hand at the heart. So in Africa, you will see that a lot. When you go, people always say hi or Nyebila with the hand and the heart. So when I was always asking my uncle, why you guys always like say Nyebila, which means I see you? They say hi and they say they see you. I was like, why you always say like I see you, I see you? So one day he was like, okay, I'm gonna tell you what is that. And he was like, when we said we see you, when the heart see you, is different than when the eye see you. And I was like, why? The heart don't have a heart, don't have eyes. Why the heart see you? And he was like, okay, so when you see somebody and you see the person say hi to you, you say hi to me and my heart see you. My heart don't know what color clothes you're wearing, what color you are, where you come from. The only thing the heart see is you're a human being. So that's the judgment from the heart. The heart just like, okay, hi, hey, hi. The heart is be happy to respond. But the eye sometimes have like a little judgment, be like, okay, who's this person? Who's this person? That's why he said, that's why we always say hi to people with the heart. That's a straight heart to say. And I was like, okay, I understand that. That makes sense now. So he said, okay, the djembe, you see this djembe like that. Like I said, it was a communication between the village, between the group ethnic. Why it was a communication? Because the village don't have electricity, cell phone, anything like that back in the day. Even now, we still have like some village don't have that. And all these villages did have that. We have like a specific rhythm when somebody having somebody's getting married or somebody having something going on. They call the drummers. They're like, oh, okay, something's happening here. And when the drummers come, we like, okay, what's happening here? It's a wedding or it's a birthday party. We have a rhythm for that, and we start to play that rhythm. When the drummer get together and start to play the birthday rhythm or to play like some wedding music, that's why now the next door, people who's like the neighborhood, that's why they know now, oh, okay, there's something going on over there. That's how people get together, and you take a shower, you like ready, and you go to find what's going on, and that's your invitation. They won't never call you, be like, okay, there was no phone, there was no cell phone, there was no like a computer system, so that's how people was communicating between each other, between the village. And also it was not just a communication. And the forest, sometimes when people get hurt like that, before they even try to take the person to the hospital or to take the person to the city, because those villages, it's not easy to get from the forest straight to the city. The road is not good. There is no transportation. There is no car, so it's very hard. So a lot of times they put the person down, and there is a rhythm. People start to play those rhythm, the very slow rhythm, and they start to pray. Everybody close their eye, play those rhythm to the person. A lot of the time, the rhythm give the person like a more power. They give the person to like stay stable, because the person, the heart know people are with them. And now they have like a time to take the person to the hospital, because if they want to rush like that. So that's why it's not just a communication. It is also like a healing thing. It's also like a therapy. And why the drum can do all of that? I was like, man, why this instrument can do all of that, but another instrument don't do that? He was like, okay, let me tell you about the drum a little bit. the djembe, the tree we use to make the djembe on it. Now we use like all kind of different tree. You go to the city, people take all kind of tree. But before, it was like a specific trees, like Jalairi and Lenke, and all those trees was like a very far away. The people who go in the forest and cut those trees and put it down and bring it to the city. And now somebody have to make the shape. You see all this like that, there is no machine on it, it's all handmade. So one piece like that when they bring it to the town, and those trees have like a very special, how do you call it, spirit, you know, those trees. So now if you get like a tree like that and you bring it to the town and you make the drums on it, and now we will use the skin, animal skin, cow skin, goat skin. And every time when I go to different places, when I tell people, yes, we use the cow skin, we use goat skin, sometimes some people was like, oh no, that's not nice, you know, you kill the animal and stuff, so you have to explain it. And West Africa and Africa, they don't just kill and they don't just go to the animal just to fix the drum. You know, we use the skin, it's the same like here, some people eat meat, some people don't. So people who eat meat, you know where it come from. So it's the same like that. But now, what they do over there, they use the whole thing to do different things with. They don't throw anything away. So people eat the meat and they use the skin to make a drum. They also make a hat with they also make a belt, shoes, bag, a lot of different things with. So it's not just the drum for the drum. Okay? So now that animals you use the skin to put on the drum, that animal have like a special spirit too. So that's like a two big spirit together. And now you human being, you play the drum, you got some spirit too. So that's like a three big spirit together. That's why the drum mean, even when you go to drum circle, you go to anywhere when you see people play the drum, you always like bringing people together. And that's the name of this drum, djembe. Djembe mean unite, like bringing people together. That's the name of the djembe. Okay? So now we have a djembe, but the djembe don't play by himself. Okay, we have a djembe, which the djembe give you like a three different sound. We're gonna demonstrate a little bit. And now we have a djembe and we have a dundu, which is the big one, and the sangma is the medium one, and the kinkeni is this very small one. So those three and the djembe go together, plus balafon. We're gonna talk about balafon a little bit. Okay, so now for the story of a djembe, my uncle was telling me, he was like, okay, so now every time when I go there and I see him, they always like they sing together. They like nyebila, 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 nyebila. I'm like, what does that mean? What does that mean? He said, that means I see you, I see you. And he said, okay, let me teach you one song. And I was like, okay, I'm listening to you. And he started to teach me this song. He said, Aluyena, Aluyena. I was like, what song is this? And he teach me the song, and I start to sing. People will start to sing that song together, be like, Aluyena, Aluyena. And I see a lot of group of people, they sing together, and they sing. I'm like, what does that mean exactly? That's in a village. Because when you come from like Abidjan and you go to my village, you have like a difference. You have to learn a lot too. It's like coming from here, go to Africa, same thing. So because everywhere is like a different culture. So I'm like, what is that? I want to know my culture more. Because I'm in Abidjan, sometimes I get lost a little bit. So I come to the village, I want to know everything about it. So now I see them dancing and singing, dancing, and they tell me like it means like everybody come together and sing and dance together. That's what the song means. And one time I saw one guy too from Malawi. Malawi, they have like the same culture, the same thing. I was talking to him with that story, and he said, yes, they have the same culture like that, but they don't say Aluyena, they said Akuwena. I was like, okay, teach me yours. So he started to teach me. He was like, Akuwana, Akuwana. I was like, wow, that's the same thing with Aluyena. Okay, so that song, I'm going to teach you guys that song, and we are going to sing that because it's very important song. It's all about like everybody give each other, call each other, and work together. That's what it is, okay? So everybody say, Akuwana. I can't hear you. Akuwana. Akuwana. So that's the word. Now we're going to sing normally, okay? So now you're going to sing louder like me. Akuwana. 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 Okay, that's good. So that was the song. Now he showed me how the song goes. It's not just like a singing. He showed me how to do it. I'm gonna show you too. So he said, everybody's hand go like that, and you say, Akuana, Akuana. Okay, so now I'm singing, you repeat it. Now we gotta do it together 3 times, okay? So we're gonna sing Akuana 3 times, and the last one we do Moni. Okay, you ready? 1, 2, let's go. Akuana, 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 Moni, Akuana, 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 Moni. So now when they start to sing that, I was like, wow, that's interesting. And while he's singing, he was like, okay, everybody look at each other. Look at somebody that's next to you on your right and say the same thing to him. Look at somebody on your left and do the same thing to him. So that's what we're going to do now. While we're singing, if I say look at your right, somebody's going to look at each other and sing that same thing. So it's like you're inviting people who are next to you, okay? But first of all, everybody sing first like that first. 1, 2, 3, 4. Akuana, Akuana, Moni, next to you. Akuana, Akuana, Moni, next one, next girl. Akuana, Akuana, Moni. See, so when they were doing that, and I see everybody start to do that, and everybody get up, and everybody start to be like, come to, and people run. After I do here, I run to go see the other one. I say, go, and I go run to see it. It's like so fun. I was like, wow, you just create something like that. I was like, yes, this is just like making a peace and calling people to come join together. It's so easy because it's all like I take like a one word. Just like call me, come here, we can do it together. Let's try together. Okay, so now, to not talk too much, I think I already did it. But, but we're going to play a little music for you, or we're going to present the instrument. We're going to talk about the djembe, and we're going to show you, because I already said how the djembe made, how they come from the tree and stuff like that, but we need to see it too. Because I'm still working on my English. If I say anything you don't understand, feel free to ask me, what do you said? I'm going to repeat it, okay? We have to work together. Okay, now we're gonna show you how the djembe, how they fix the djembe. Before we start, everybody say djembe. 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 Okay, djembe is the first one we're gonna talk about, and after that we're gonna talk about the balafon. So djembe, and my house in West Africa, like I said again, my house was like the place was a house of a djembe. The young people who was around different city and different village was coming and stay with me and my family and my brother and sister and learn what is this culture and why people still doing this culture and why is because this culture has been around for so long. They said I'm 33 generation. So this is the first part. This part right here, they already made the shape like that, but before that, it was like just one piece of a tree. Like, we don't have that. We don't have just a piece of a tree on it. But all of this is already made. But you see this like that, there's no machine. Somebody just like sit down with his hand and one piece of stuff like that in his hand, just cutting like that, one by one, and he make the whole thing like that. So can you imagine how much work is that? So that's the djembe. And now, the people who go to the forest and take the tree and bring it to the city, those are different than people who make the shape. This is when you get done, you grab this and you bring it in the city, and that's how we put all the strap on there to make a sound, to try to make this sound better. Now, this is a balafon. Balafon is one of the instruments was the way our ancestor was making a balafon before. It was a piece of wood they go in the forest and they grab a piece of wood like that and they take it and tie it and make like it's a little bit like a piano, like a xylophone. But xylophone, piano, this one was there before all of that, you know. And now when they make the piece like that, it won't give you like the sound you want because you just like a piece of wood and gets a piece of wood. So they try to make something under it to make the to make it like an amplifier, which is like the calabash. I'm gonna show you that after the. You see what I was saying? You see, all this like a one piece. They cut it, and the here, you see this part is a little bigger than here because they have to cut it here a little bit, make it a little thin, so you can give it some. But now after they finish, when they do everything, now you give you something like that, which is not good. So they try to change it. That's why we use it. Those are gourd. Everything come from the ground, like a pumpkin. You clean inside, dry. We start from the big one to the small one, and they all will give you like a different sound. And after that too, you see there is some small hole here, in the calabash right here. Here's a little hole, and we put like a spider knot. Okay, so you take a spider knot, you put that on top of those holes to close it. You make a hole and you close it with the spider knot to give you the buzz, this sound you need. So it's very, and now after that we give you this sound. So if it was not, those stuff under it give it like that. You see, this is a lot of work to put that together like that. See, but this is the old instrument to balafon. So it was a balafon, and it was a goni, ora. For now, I introduce you to all the instruments. Yesterday I did a small workshop with some good students here. So today they're gonna come and show you what they learned from me yesterday. We're gonna play a little music for you, and we're gonna talk more about the culture. And we're also gonna have a time. This thing we're doing today, it's not just about me talking to you about the culture or playing the drum. It's not a performance. It's about sharing the culture. So anything you guys wanna know about this culture we're sharing, you're gonna so get your question ready. Get your question ready. It's gonna be time for that, okay? But for now, I'm gonna invite my band, my band from yesterday, and not just them. After them, they're gonna play one song for you, and after that, I'm gonna invite a couple more people because we have more drums here, and we're gonna share something else. And after that, we're gonna sing, we're gonna dance. We got a lot to do today, so we're not doing lunch today, anything. We just here till 5 o'clock. So this song I taught them yesterday is called Faso. Faso mean my house, like my village. So that's the song they're gonna play for you. Are you ready?
Born ready.
What do you think? They just learned this yesterday. What do you think? They got it, right? Good job. Okay, we got one more. We got to play one more song, but this time I want to invite. We got more drum up here, right? You got more drum? Okay.
All right, we have two more drums. All right, we can have some.
I told you today you came here this morning to share the culture. So everything they do on my culture, that's what we went to do. We're gonna do it here, right? So we are somewhere different right now. So flip your head, act like you know you're in Kuchala. Kuchala is my village. So you're very far away right now. I'm gonna have some people up here. We're gonna dance together. Come on, everybody. Some people, not everybody, but somebody. I think you're pretty. Come on, come on, come on, come on. I'm gonna teach you some dance movement. We're gonna do some dance move. Yeah. Yeah, come on, make a line behind me. Make a line. Yeah, make a beautiful line here. Here we go. That's good. So watch everybody. What are we gonna do? I'm gonna teach them. Now we can count. Some people can count a little bit. I'm gonna teach them 4 different steps or 5 different steps of West African move, and we're gonna do that together, all right? So the first, it's gonna be very simple move, okay? You ready? So first move is gonna be like that. You like a 1 and 2, okay? Let's try that first. 1 and 2. But the call is gonna be like that. When you hear pa pa ra pa pa ra pa pa, 1 and 2. 1. Let me put this mic down because I gotta move now. So we go 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1. Okay, so that's the move, and now you're gonna dance with. Okay, so your hand is gonna be like that, your arm. So now dance with you. 1 and 2, yeah. 5, 5. Yeah, you got it. 1 and 2, 1 and 2. That's good. So that's the first move. Now you're gonna hear pa pa ra pa pa ra pa pa. You go 1 and 2, 1. That's good. And now your second move. When you hear the call again, you're gonna go like that. Right and left. 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 That's good. Right. That's good. So you got 2 now, right? That's the second. Now the third one, you're gonna go 2 this way and 2 this way, like that. Pa pa ra pa pa ra pa pa. Right and right, left and left. Right and right, left and left. Right? That's it. That's 3, right? Okay, now the fourth one, you go like that. Clap, clap, and you come back. Clap, clap. Good. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Now the last one you hear the call again. Pa pa ra pa pa ra pa. You go like that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, now let's try it again. Let's try it. You got it. Yeah. Okay, so it's like that. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's it. Okay, so first one, this one. Second one, third one, fourth one, last one, and 2. You got it? All right, ready? Give it up for them. They got it. Yeah. Perfect move.
tell me. Let's try the same thing. I think they got it. Are you gonna do one more time with me? One more time with me. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, give it up. You see? Just like a couple of minutes, they got something together. Thank you, everybody. You guys talk about thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you. You see, just like a couple of minutes, they got one song done like that. That was good. Question? So now we got one song. We have one song for you, Boroto. This song called Boroto. Check 1 2. Check 1 2.
gile balo de fichinima ile ba muso mana kata gile balo de fichinima na doba bunyina ba feo. Na ne fala, na ne fango, ngwanu be doba bunyina ba feo.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Now, in 2005, after all that in Africa, in 2005, I came here in the United States. The reason I came, the group who brought me here, the reason I know Asheville is because one thing, back in the day, 2001, it was one group from Asheville who was living at my place, at my house, and stay with me and my family to learn the culture and the music and stuff like that. So when they came back to Asheville, when they came back home, they created a band here called Tubab Crew. And that band was touring around Asheville a lot. So when I came to the state, I was in New York, and that same band came to get me in New York, and we went on tour together. And they come to show me their house in Asheville. So that was the first time I came to Asheville, and I spent here 2 months, and I went back to New York. So what I've been doing in the States since I moved here in 2005 is to travel with a different band, different group, and I create like many different bands together. And I also work with Leaf and here. So pretty much what I'm doing, I don't even know how to describe that. This picture will just tell you, I'm just sharing my culture with people here. Like that was been my dream.
that's been my dream for, since I was little. I wanted to see how this world can come together, how people can go from one spot to another spot and connect it together. So the connection is really important for me. So this is me here now. But for now, like I said, we don't have a lot of time anymore. So I'm gonna turn this to you guys if you have any question for me. And before we do that, thank you so much, Leslie, for making all this thing happen. That was beautiful. And also, thank you you guys, thank you everybody for being interested in this culture, for coming here, sit down and take your time to listen and to have to be like, oh, there is something else I don't want to know, I don't know about it, I want to know about it. That's very important. So I'm very grateful to be in front of you guys now and sharing with you guys. Thank you very much for being here. You can get up.
So at this point, we'd like to invite questions and comments you might have. I wanted to point out there is a microphone right there, and it is switched on. And so if you'd like to form a queue behind that or go up there, or you could come here and ask a question. And just to get us started, once the lights come up on stage. Yeah. First of all, thank you very much. And then just to get us, just to kick things off right now while you try to figure out if you have questions, etc. I did want to ask you a question that came up, after our masterclass yesterday, was that in Humanities 124, for instance, they read Anansi stories, they read Song of Gimli, and then in 214 we read Sunjata, as we talked about yesterday. And we really wanted to know, students wanted to know if you're familiar with those. And how do they play a part in dance, music, and culture? And if you just, yesterday you sang a little bit about Sunjata, and I was wondering if you could talk a little bit more about that, just for the benefit of our students here.
Sunjata Keita, that story, like she said again, thank you for asking that question because that's a very important thing for me. And I'm a Mandinka. So the Manding people, we have this big empire called Mandingo Empire. So that Mandingo Empire was, the Mandingo Empire, if you spread it, it's like a little bit of those 5 different countries in West Africa. You can find the Mandingo from, or the Mandinka from Ghana, Ivory Coast, Burkina Faso, Senegal, Mali, and Guinea, But Sunjata Keita's story, if I said I would start it now, it take like 1 month or maybe like more than that to tell the story. This very, very long story. But Sunjata was how do you call it? I'm not even gonna call that chief. He's like the man of Mandingo because he helped he helped the Mandinga. So we all like Sunjata is like somebody, it's like a powerful example for every Mandinga people, So the Sunjata Keita story, like you said again, he was a big, I don't even know where to start, it's too long, but I'm just gonna teach you, I'm just gonna tell you about one thing Sunjata was, when Sunjata was little and he couldn't walk, Sunjata was like no, he couldn't walk, and his mom and his stuff like that, it was a lot of things going on in that village. But Sunjata, when the day he grew up, and that was like a very, very big day for the Manding people. And when he was just coming, he went to fight against Sumanguru Kante. That's why I said it's so hard to explain about Sunjata Keita's story, because when I say those names, if you guys don't know those names, it's not gonna make sense to you. If I say Sunjata went to fight Sumanguru Kante, and if Sumanguru Kante he ran away, you're gonna be like, who is Sumanguru Kante? Who is Sunjata? But it's a very, very important long story for you guys to, to be interested in sharing that culture. But all I can say is, when Sunjata was coming, they have like a beautiful song. They were singing, say, Simbo, Mejata Lema. I can sing that song for you a little bit. It was like, Simbo, Mejata Lema. Simbo, Mejata Lema. Simbo Mejata Lema. So there was it was a Sunjata Keita, it was a Manding Empire, and the Ivory Coast the same thing. Like I said, it was like so many different group ethnic. It was also Akan, the Akan people. That's in Nether Empire too. The Akan people that's like or more like coming from Ghana, started Ghana to Ivory Coast. And Mandingo Empire, that's like Ivory Coast and Burkina Faso, Mali, and all those. But Sunjata, you said it was something about the drumming and dancing. I'm sorry, I forgot that question.
No, it was about the Anansi stories.
The
Anansi stories from Akan.
Akan, yeah.
Familiar with those, yeah, from
Yeah, the Akan, that's like like I said, the Akan people, that story, if you start from Ghana, I don't know about what the Ghana think about that story. But in Ivory Coast, we know the Akan group come from Ghana and end up to Ivory Coast. So now we call them Baoulé, Atié, Abe. There's like a couple different ethnic group in Ivory Coast. We call them the Akan people. So and they have like a different dance called what is it called again? They have Abudan and Temate. All those dances for Akan people. So all this story, if you wanna like that's why when I wanna talk about this story, sometimes I like to just say one because it's like so the many if you wanna talk about Tash 1111, it's hard to make sense because they like a so big, long. If you start one, you have to go all the way to the end so people can understand more. So I'm sorry if any of them, even like I said again, feel free to ask any question if you have it. You know, if there is one part you don't understand. Yes?
What's been your favorite experience performing in the United States?
Can I just repeat it here, just so that everybody can hear it, Colson? Is that what's been your favorite experience performing in the United States?
My favorite experience?
Experience, yeah. Thanks.
I would say there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them. My favorite experience, I would say, it was some festival, different festival. When I go to the festival and I see, and I do workshop. Like when I do workshop and I share the culture, same thing, and people perform together, you know. Or when I see the kid performing with me, myself, that's another experience I very love it to have. I always love to have that. But also myself, when I perform with the band, like a touring. So I would say to answer that question, I would say I got many different experience, good experience. That's what I would say, different one, yeah, from different places too, yeah. Yes. Yes. Okay. So, like that was a good example. She said about the music, was a wedding and birthday party and stuff like that. So, one rhythm I'm gonna teach you. I'm gonna tell you about that was the temate. Temate is a rhythm like when people making food when they're in the forest. When they invite people to go make food and stuff like that, that's the music they play that music for it. So when you hear that music, that means it's time to go to work, you know. So temate goes like that. You start that do go like a boom pa boom pa boom boom pa boom pa boom pa boom boom pa. So the rhythm go like that, and people start to the dance become like when people have like a machetes and a forest. And when they grow up like a garden, and when they have like a seed, and they try to make make some food and stuff like that. So when the rhythm going like that, you see people like dancing like that, cleaning, grab some stuff, grab some stuff, run, move, and put it, fix it, and put it together, and walk it on. So every dance movement will come like something. So that's one example of that. And now Soli is another one. Soli is the best music rhythm. So when you hear so if I'm somewhere and I hear this music at some house, I'll be like, oh, somebody having birthday party somewhere over there, you know. And just from this rhythm, and I go there and be like, oh, who's having birthday party here? And that's my invitation. See? So, but now, with all this stuff, the meaning, but now people take it to go to the city and they just play for now those reasons. So you can go at the city and you're gonna hear somebody play Soli, or you're gonna hear it don't have to be birthday, you know what I mean? It can just be like people play for fun. But before it was just for meaning, it was some for that, you know. Yes? Yes?
I noticed the various colors and adornments on the jubé you used and the one up front here. Is there any significance behind this?
No, it's just It's just a decoration. You mean those colors? Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, those are just a decoration to keep it, but they don't do anything on the djembe. The only thing we do something on it is the rope. Those rope we change it, and this one you guys is to here down here. You see. So these are just yeah, they're not doing anything. But those rope, they're the one. If I want to tie this drum, if I want to make it more tight, this I start from here and kept us to pull those rope. It take like you have to pull it very, very hard to make this sound change it.
Okay.
So that's it. Yeah.
Very cool.
Thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
Can you tell us the significance behind your outfit and the hat and the monochrome and the pattern and everything going on in regards to the musical performance and like the whole shebang?
Yes. So those are very like a traditional way, the way people dress in West Africa. So those dresses are more like they fabricate, they call it bazin. Some of them we call it bazin, some of them we call it fancy taffy. They like they made on cotton. And I'm a tailor too. I make it close too. So the way we do that is like when there's like some kind of presentation and some stuff, people have to make sure you wear like something colorful and something like so. And that's why when you go to West Africa, you're gonna see all the dresses with like a lot of different colors and different stuff like that. I give you like one example, like an Imhotep right there. You see what he's wearing? That's one of the that too. So they kind of like it's pretty much like the way people wear suit and stuff here to go to the office and stuff like that. So that's how people wear those kind of stuff to go to ceremony and stuff like that. So that's what it is pretty much.
That's awesome. So
Yeah.
it's like pretty important.
Thank you. Yeah.
Hi.
Hi.
I was just curious because I'm also a musician, but do you guys have like sheet music? How do you learn your songs? Is it through like, do you play by ear? Do you have like actual scripts that you read? I'm just curious about that.
That's a very good question. Yes, I love that question because I already have that thing. I was talking to people about that too here. Because when you go to Africa, you're gonna see like a lot of drummers like that. For one word, I would say there is no drum circle in Africa. What does that mean? It's like when you see the people who play the music, they all know what kind of rhythm they're playing. So all this music was coming from like a back in the day from like the story of the West African story. So all this rhythm we've been changing by generation, but it's not it's just like a by ear. You have to we learn from by ear. We don't do like a reading and like a diplomat and stuff like that, reading or learning. But we just do like you have to learn by ear. But it takes like so long to learn just like a one rhythm for like maybe just one rhythm called like a senti. I don't even know how many times I've been playing senti in my life. Like I will play like a many times I can. Just like every time you play. So you stay. You know, it's not like sometimes you have to read and play. No, you have to feel it. You have to feel the beat. That's why sometimes even like a one beat when you wanna say, okay, this is like a 4 or this is 6/8, it's very hard to say. But it's the same like a music, learning music pretty much, yeah. It's not improvisation. It's just like, yeah. that makes sense?
Yeah, that's really cool. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hi.
Hi.
The last song that the three of you like played on stage where you sang, what was it about?
The last song,
Yeah.
I was singing it.
Yes.
The last song I was singing, oh yes, good question. That's Boroto. I was saying about Boroto is a song about like how people have to give each other respect. Give respect to your parents, give respect. It's like when you come into this world, you come to see some people who are already there before you, you know? So when you come to see those people, you don't want to just like come and change what they have to say, Lord, no, whatever you guys have, it's not a good thing. Just let's take all this and put on the side and follow mine. Mine is the best. You know, we said that like a kid with a family, kid with a parents, kid with a friend, everything. Like you can go to somewhere else and you can like a new generation, you come somewhere and you see people already been building something. You can add something on there, right? You can be like, okay, how can you make this thing more better? But you don't want to just be like, no, let's not just use yours. Yours is not good. It's not respectful. You know, so that Boroto mean like give respect to what your parents told you. If your parents say, no, don't do that, don't do this, try to pay attention a little bit. They might not be right, but they might know something too. That's pretty much what I try to say, you know.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, is the practice of drumming, is it male dominated? And if so, has it become socially accepted for women to be drummers as well?
No, I see, but I mean, like I was saying, in my house, women play, drum, men play, both play. But and outside, you see more men playing. For some reason, more men play. But when you go to like a drum and dance group, like in a ballet, like when I was in Yelimba, Kutiba, all of that was mixed, women and men play. But when you go outside in the city, like what I was saying, like a birthday party and stuff, most of the time is the men playing and the women is singing or women dancing. But it's not like there is no like to say now women don't have to play or stuff like no. There's no line. Okay. It's open for everybody, pretty much.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Folks, any more questions? Yeah, please go ahead.
Hi.
Hi.
My question was, do you have any more workshops for students on campus to learn how to play the djembe or learn dances or songs?
Yes, I have this Afro ensemble here. Every Tuesday night we have a rehearsal. It's down here at the music department. So it's 6:30, no 5:30. I'm sorry. Thank you. 5:30 to 7, something like that. So you can come see us there every Tuesday.
Okay.
Yeah, if you wanna be part of it, we'll be happy to have you.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Appreciate it.
So while you think on whether you have more questions or not, I just wanted to repeat, this happens in Lipinski, right here downstairs. So you take the stairs, and it's at 5:30 on Tuesday evenings. While we're waiting on more questions, I just wanted to connect another question I got from a student who's unable to be here today. It is connected to what somebody just asked about who gets to play the djembe or the balafon. Like, can anybody play? So it's just within a village, anybody can play this.
Yes,
So it's
anybody
not
can play.
restricted
Yes.
to anyone. So
Yes.
it's like, okay.
Yes, anybody can play. Yes.
Great.
Yeah, even the balafon. I have this women group in Burkina Faso. They play balafon. The group is very good. You can watch their video on YouTube.
Okay.
Yeah. So women play the old instrument, but men play. Even in Goni too, same thing.
And then finally, Rama, I wanted to ask if you've met any women who are griots in your travels.
If I met.
If you've met or listened to any women griots.
Yes. Allah. I grew up playing with a lot of women griot. Like all the singers, I play drum for them. They was a women griots. Yeah.
And then finally wanted to add, when I asked or requested Adama yesterday about Sunjata, so Adama was like, there's so many songs. There's just so many songs. So even with the same moment in the Sunjata story, the victory song, Song of Victory,
Yeah.
there's so many different versions of that. So
Yeah.
thank you for sharing that,
Yeah.
because I didn't know that they'd be just
Yes.
overwhelming.
Like even in Mali, Burkina Faso, and Senegal, and Ghana, Guinea, they all have like a different interpretation of it, but it's the same story. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Well, and I really appreciated you talking about tradition, not just in your song, but
Yeah.
how do you learn about this and the memory,
Yeah.
and
It's-
having to learn by doing. So
Yes.
Hi, I was curious how you felt about like people of other races, like a little white girl like me, would want to like learn how to play the djembe or dance, or is that like any way offensive to you? Do you want it? Like, is it?
Yes. For me, the music, this music and this thing is universal. It's for everybody. Like I said again, if you hear the beginning of my story, that's what I was saying. When my uncle was telling me, my uncle said, the way they say hi to people is the heart say hi to people. So when the heart say hi to you, the heart don't know your color, right? So the heart don't know which color you are. So it's all like it's open for everybody. But the only thing sometimes people do misunderstanding, any culture, anything you wanna be part of it, it's good to learn. It's good to learn to learn. It don't matter if you are different color, but any culture you wanna be part of it, you have to learn. So sometimes people just misunderstand that, be like, no, because I'm not supposed to be playing. No, everybody can play. Like at my house, people came from Europe, from here, from different places to learn the music. Yes, it's definitely open. I would love to see everybody playing. Like I said again, the djembe is the instrument bringing everybody together. That's what we want. We want everybody to be together, so it's no difference. Yeah.
questions? Well, I know that you've told me about how the djembe and the music is medicine and encouragement, and so we really appreciate you sharing that here today. And do you want to say anything else?
Yep, thank you. And so the djembe, like I said again, it was the medicine power. It take people to go. So I'll give you like just one thing. You don't even have to be like you sick or somebody's sick, you have to help the person. No, it's not even that. Let's say you just have like a hard time, you're not happy. You have like you just wake up and you have like a hard time in your day, you just don't know what you do, you have like a lot of stuff. So if you have a djembe, grab one djembe, okay? Sit down by yourself, somewhere by yourself. Start to beat at that djembe, start to make some beat, start to make some rhythm yourself, create some rhythm in your head. Your hand against that skin, and you playing the beat. Just play for 30 minutes. If you see me next time, you're gonna tell me what happened that day. You'll be fine. That's it. That's all you need. Just play that music. The djembe is gonna tell you what's up. And if you wanna be even if you like not happy, you're hungry, you wanna bring some energy out, the djembe is ready for that. Just beat that djembe like you want. Beat very hard. Just do it. Give you all your energy, and when you do, you'll be like, I'm good. That's it. Yes?
The device you play on looks like a little like xylophone. Like what's that called? That like
Balafon? Yeah, that's balafon. It's made out of this piece of wood. Those are jalayiri. It's just like a regular piece of wood. They type small. But underneath of there, there's like some small that we call a calabash. It's a gourd. You know, they like a small gourd. We put like under to change the sound. Yeah.
Let's give a big round of applause.
Before we end, I want everybody, we're going to sing our song again. The Akuwana. I know you remember that. Because everybody have to look at each other to be like, yes, we're together. We got to get out of here with good energy. We love each other. Thank you, everybody, for coming to listen to Adama Dambele. So we're going to start that song one more time. Okay, everybody, let's go. Akuwana, Akuwana, Akuwana.